What the hell's going on, folks?
Hey, everybody, welcome to Fat Jocks.
This is our second episode back on YouTube, folks. So if you've been listening audio, why don't you make that switch over to YouTube and take a look at our beautiful asses.
Brian's got straight cock on the shop.
My shorts are getting shorter and shorter.
Summer's getting hotter, shorts getting shorter.
Yeah, no, I can finally wear shorts because it's winter, so there's some shrinkage.
Gotcha.
Normally my cock hangs out of my
Hangs
shorts.
out. Yeah, you don't want to lose a nut.
Yeah, it's going nuts, dude. It's going down.
If you're on that 405, get a tent. You ain't going nowhere.
Hope you got a wide mouth bottle to piss in. If you ever see a Gatorade bottle, I didn't drink that Gatorade, all right? It just fits my cockhead.
No, I'm good. I could pee through the squirt top.
I have a narrow urethra.
Yeah, I have a narrow urethra, so I squeeze it, and then I start peeing, and then I let it come out, and it's like a suction thing, you know? Dude, I got something I got something relatable, dude. The Alan Jackson concert I went to on Saturday. Truthfully, let me tell you something.
Did he do it like that? Did he do it?
Bro.
Tease the lick?
I think it just went fucking. I think
he went Ramones.
A little bit, dude. So fucking good. And truthfully, I believe that it is a good thing that we were not there together, because I think we would have been
keeping each other from crying
a little bit, and I think we would have been avoiding eye contact for a lot of it.
Yeah,
man, it was people were crying. People, and by people I mean me, but people were crying from.
People were crying.
People were crying. People were crying from literally the second he came out. The entire. I had one. I hit a Native American tear whenever he came out initially.
Yeah, I mean, he's got country music tendinitis.
Dude, country music tendinitis. I mean, first things first, Fat Jocks' legendary seat-stealing tactics have never worked better than they did at this concert. Because I texted the group and I said, folks, I'm going for the fucking big fish tonight. This is the ultimate stolen seat. I paid $100 and I think with fees and everything, $170 for a ticket up in the nosebleeds. And then on the way there, found my seat, dude. I found it on Ticketmaster. I had a couple options, and I've never seen any staff give less of a fuck than the guy asked me if I knew where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, it wasn't.
You know
like,
where you're going? You said, yeah.
I was like, yeah, I got you. I was like, I'm going down. And he's like, all right. And he actually was like, all right, go down 2 sections.
You went with your lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went straight down to the floor.
Did you put it on her shoulders? Did she show her tits?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
We did get in trouble for dancing in the aisle, even though we were told to. Alan Jack said, go on, get down, get two-step going out there.
Yeah,
and
go ahead, cut a rug.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking unbelievable. I got hit with the fucking, the teary eyes. I got hit 3 times. I expected at least 1. I thought 2 was, 2 makes sense, but.
Did Chasing the Neon Rainbow get you?
Chasing the Neon Rainbow did not get me.
That would have got me.
Him coming out initially got me a tiny bit. Of course, the biggest one I got hit with was Remember When, got hit, crushed. And what's crushing you, especially when you're straight on. I was on the floor, but like 10 rows back from the pit. I was on the floor straight up. The video show is great. By
pit, you just mean where people were standing.
Yes.
There wasn't a mosh pit.
Okay, just
double check.
And so the video crushes you the entire time. Because the video show's great, but it's a lot of him whenever he's young and his family and all this. So when he's hitting Remember When, and it's funny because I was gonna take I was in my cups at this point. Which, if I could shout out the Honda Center, they sold Bud Light Draft with a lid on, with the little, and it was
nice,
beautiful. I wish everyone would do that.
Yeah,
that's
awesome. A good move,
great move. And so. Yeah, video's crushing you the entire time when he's young. Because people who don't know, Alan Jackson, obviously, you should know who that is. One of the biggest, whatever. But he also has like an MS-type disease that's slowly withering his body away. So he has this little thing, I didn't see it till I saw a video after, but it's like a thing that's like into the stage where it's just like a bar that comes up and has like a pad on it. So he's leaning back on that the entire time. Oh. So he's not sitting on a stool, he's just leaning on that thing. But man, unbelievable.
He sounded good?
Sounded fucking great.
Yeah.
Truly. Hit me hard. When he came out, got a tiny one out of me. Hit me hard with Remember When in the end, towards the end. That crushed me. I remember when he started playing Remember When, and I knew this was going to happen. I told Kelly this was going to happen. I was like, this song is going to make me cry. And I was there, and I was like, I'm going to just fucking take this 100% to the fucking face. I'm not going to film anything. Took it to the face, 100%. But also, shockingly.
Didn't we get footage?
Yeah, we did get a little bit of footage.
Oh,
but...
you got foot? No. I was talking about that song specifically.
Oh.
But also,
take it to the face is just an
take
odd
it
way
to the
to
face,
say
dude.
it.
But dude, believe it or not, I didn't think this would happen to me, but I was crushed by a 9/11 song. I was.
Is that Where Were You?
Where were you in the world? Stop turning. I got crushed by that. Ah, man. Kelly got crushed too. She got crushed twice. Also.
I mean, that's probably, if you want to look at the least divisive of all the 9/11 country
Absolutely.
songs, that one is just about the tragedy.
It's about the tragedy, and in the song, he's literally just like, I don't know shit, but this is. He literally in the song says, I watch CNN, but I don't know if I could tell you the difference between Iraq and Iran, which is a very funny lyric.
When he says, I watched CNN, did they boo?
No, but we, as a group, collectively, did hit a USA chant after the song. I didn't start it, but God, did I fucking join it.
Yeah. People don't know what Anaheim is.
No, but it's also, that's the only California stop on the entire tour, so I was like, there's people from all over.
Yeah, Fresno drove down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was in Phoenix the night before, so I looked at tickets for Phoenix. I was like, it might be cheaper to see this motherfucker.
It was
in
not
Glendale, Arizona.
We were initially going to stay with Kelly's parents right close by, but they had something going on, so we ended up staying with her brother. It was a little far. Immediately leaving the concert, the lift to get out of there was $150. But we chilled and walked down like a half mile and got one for like 50. But still, it was wild. It was It
was just all positive vibes.
100%. The only negative vibe I had was in line to get a beer when I first got there, and the line was real long, and there was a guy right behind me. And, I had been drinking. We had gone to a brewery before, so I was already a little buzzed. And I was trying to be friendly, I go, man, I bet they couldn't even open up enough beer stands in here for all of us tonight, right? Huh? Like, we're all getting down. And this guy looks right back at me and just fucking hits me hard with, yeah, nobody wants to fucking work anymore. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, damn, okay. And I turned around so quick, and I was like, God damn, all right, okay. I got it.
I hate that narrative because there has never been a moment in time where people wanted to work. That's the wrong word.
Yeah, but he found solace in the guys behind him in line, and they got down on the nobody wants to work conversation, and I quietly got my beer and went upon my way.
I just watched a documentary on Netflix about a factory in Ohio, an old GM factory that shut down, and then the Chinese.
So
you watch that?
Yes.
Where they're all just talking about how stupid and lazy and awful the American workers are, and then you find out they're expected to stand next to 400-degree temperatures for
18 hours.
Yeah, an hour at a time, and people are getting hurt, glasses breaking, people. The guy sliced his Achilles on some broken glass.
There was one part of that. There's a quote in there that's so good. The guy says he's talking about Americans, and he says how the donkey's hair grows in the way it likes to be pet, or something like that.
No, the donkey likes to be pet in the pattern the hair grows.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's saying you have to shower Americans with compliments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's
that's not how I was brought up. I'll tell you that.
It's very fucking good.
I didn't get a lot of compliments. I don't feel like you did either, Zach. Am I wrong?
A couple, God.
Mine were all baseball related.
Well, your mom. You can't do any wrong in front of your mom.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
She loves you.
Guess my dad. I thought we were talking dads here. I was more of a my dad's compliments.
Your dad's not necessarily withholding of compliments. He's just looking at the tail that's around. The talent. Boy, there's a lot of talent around here tonight.
Yeah, the home run derby.
Yeah.
There's tits and ass everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, I was telling Zach on the way here, my parents, they're so fucking annoying. They're going to a wedding in Austin this weekend. They went to San Antonio first. And last time I was there, I went to some cool spots, so I like restaurants and stuff. So I texted him a few things. I was like, this place is really fucking good. I was like, this is what the Mexican food they make down here is. This other place, I told him about Gary T. Cap's place, the honky tonk he runs. And they were like, awesome, sounds great. We'll check it out. And then my mom was sent me a thing last night. I was like, what's going? How are you guys doing? She's like, good. We're at Bubba Gump's right now. And then today, my dad they sent a picture in the group chat of my dad sitting on the huge lawn chair they have outside of Margaritaville, San Antonio. Jeez. So they're just hitting Bubba Gump's, Margaritaville. They're just completely refusing any of my suggestions. I was like, whatever. Dude.
It's like that military-based logic where they want to travel without feeling like they traveled.
Yeah. So Pizza Hut's in a trailer in Iraq and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It helps with the adjustment.
Yeah. So let's we have a pre-recorded interview we just got finished with this the boys.
Yeah, we just did a pre-recorded interview with Steve Hendricks. Well, I shouldn't have started rolling with last names because I didn't catch everybody's last names.
Yeah, he's gonna email me.
Billy.
Right now.
Yeah, there's Billy the bass.
We got Steve, we got Billy, we got them all. No, and Alex also.
Yeah, Steve, Billy, and Alex are all competitive anglers who were involved in the walleye tournament, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. It was the
Lake Erie Walleye Tournament this weekend.
It's the grand finale. It's the what is that, like Talladega? What ends the NASCAR
maybe
race?
Daytona.
No, Daytona starts.
Talladega, then maybe.
Yeah, I forget, but it was the granddaddy. It was the last one of the tournament. So at the end of that tournament, they were going to name Team of the Year. There was also, the prize from winning the tournament itself. There was also a side prize for the most weight of all the fish, and of course the video went viral. There was some cheating going on, not by the fellas we were interviewing.
No, so the fellas that we were interviewing were there. If you haven't seen the video, or you maybe don't know, it's the guy, the video of the guy where he screams, "We got weights and fish," which is now.
That's Steve Hendricks who said that?
No. That's Jason Fisher. That's the guy who was. What's a great name for a guy who's running a fishing tournament. That's just God talking. But he's the guy. Steve or Jason is the guy who set me up with Steve Hendricks. So Steve Hendricks.
Is one half of the Team of the Year.
One half of the Team of the Year.
So the people who got stripped of the people who got caught cheating, initially, had they won that tournament rightfully, they would have won Team of the Year, but they both were stripped of their winnings from that individual tournament. They also lost Team of the Year, and we interviewed the Ken Griffey, if you will.
Yeah.
The Ken Griffey of the steroid era.
Yeah.
These are the real winners of the walleye. What was the name of that league?
Lake Erie Walleye Tournament.
No, that was the tournament, but the league is called the.
Oh, I admit, it's in the interview. I don't remember off the top of my head now.
I forget. But if you guys haven't seen the video,
we can play it real quick.
Yeah,
too.
let's go ahead.
I mean, this entire story is.
There's a lot of
hilarious.
angles of this, but this is maybe the best one.
Yeah, it's great. Got it here.
Weights and fit. There we go.
Just
pause it real quick. Just. I want you to know, I don't think this is a normal fisherman's temperament.
Not at all.
If you see, he says, "We got weights in the fish," and everybody starts screaming. That's because this other team has been suspected of cheating
for years.
For years, and so
they won $300,000 plus last year in prizes, and somewhere else I saw that they have won millions in prizes.
And I'm a low integrity person who's not who has cheated in his life, and the thing that bothers me is lazy cheating.
Yes.
Apparently they've been using the same weights. So their fish constantly weigh the same amount.
Yeah.
They keep catching 35 pounds worth of fish or whatever, walleye. So we'll start it back from the beginning, but I just wanted to say that they erupted because this is years of suspicion being confirmed.
This is, in the comedy world, this is Joe Rogan confronting Carlos Mencia on stage about stealing everybody's jokes.
Right.
This is, it's like the same.
Except there isn't a bunch of
you shoved up Carlos Mencia's ass.
No, Carlos Mencia never stopped working after. Yeah. I think these guys are gonna have to stop working.
Or realistically, they're gonna have to start working.
Right.
So hit the rest of this here if we can.
We got weights in the fish.
There we go. So let's see if we can see the guys now in this video. We get a little bit of volume down. So this is that's it right there. That's the guy. When the guy fixes his ice chest is my favorite part. Call the cops. That is theft.
De-escalation.
That's Bobby.
See,
yeah, I would. I love it, dude. Where's your crown now? That's a good one. You were the champ, dude.
Is that like biblical? Where's your crown now?
Oh, they were the team of the year.
Jesus Christ. It's just barehanding it on an animal.
With his sandals, too. You see the sandals? This dude does confront... The one that the camera right here does confront him like he's a dude catching a pedophile online.
He's also dressed like he's in a Spirit Halloween Power Rangers costume.
So if you missed out on this video, I mean, if you look up, I fucking forgot to say that. If you just YouTube, I saw a comment that says, if you search on YouTube and search guy cheating, this is a video that comes up. So it's like they are the cheaters now.
Yeah, they're the face of cheating.
Yeah.
And the way the guy shuts down is you said it in the interview. You said it's like a guy getting a guilty verdict read.
Yeah.
Like he's just everything is just shutting down and he's like frozen.
Yeah.
And then
Well, that's what they said.
Billy said the other guy was in the fetal position in a trunk of a car.
Ran into the truck, yeah. And he's like locked himself in the truck and he was like, it was all him. It was all
truck.
him.
I thought he got in a trunk.
No, that would be
Yeah, none of these people drive cars with trunks.
Fuck that, dude. These guys they all win trucks, dude. They got fucking...
Yeah, I know. How do you tow the boat?
Yeah, god damn. So this guy the other guy ran to the truck. Fucking
In the fetal position.
Yeah, which that's hard to get into in a truck.
Yeah, well, I've gotten into some positions in the truck. I wrote a song about it, and it goes like
nasty
this.
son bitch. Let me tell you, I got nasty in my truck and I won in the tournament.
Yeah, I'm a hip hop.
Yeah, you're a hip hop guy who talks about fucking in your truck. So I mean, this is definitely a little. It's outside of our wheelhouse usually. I mean, professional fishing, but. These guys were. What's crazy is these guys they're fucking everywhere right now. Steve was on CNN and all this shit. Like all these guys, this is like a big story. This
And
is
one
huge.
thing we offer that none of the other outlets offer is, I imagine this is going to be the best interview they did because they're not stale and stiff. They didn't have to watch our language. Yeah. It's much.
The one guy said he wants to kill you. None of this is all satire and.
He wants to kill him with the law.
Yeah,
Like, he wants to throw the book at
these
him.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, no.
So these guys are. So this interview was super fucking fun.
Yeah, we had to do we'll have to do some Frankensteining of it because it was over Zoom and these people are not like comedians who got a whole Zoom rig over the pandemic. They don't have there's no ring lights.
No.
I did get some info that might be interesting on the polygraphs. They started in the 80s, and when they first brought them in, everyone would fail the polygraph
fishing?
because
'Cause
they were
it's never-
all, all cheating. And then now
Brian
it's like
opens the
everyone
interview
passed.
by saying all fishermen are liars. It's funny because you said that and I was like, not yet.
It was
So you're morally bankrupt.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
No, they laughed right away.
No, they're very cool.
It's a quote. I was going to quote, and I said, but yeah. So what Zach's alluding to is one of the ways they try to catch cheating in pro fishing is polygraph tests, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
So now they just got to cut the fuckers open.
Yeah, that's what it's funny because he was like, "What do you guys think?" I was like, "Maybe a metal detector or whatever." And Brian's like, "Just cut him open." He's like, "That's what I said." It's, like, it's so fucking easy. You don't need a fucking TSA X-ray machine.
Yeah.
Just cut the motherfucker
Yeah,
open.
if it's already dead.
Yeah.
If it's alive, it clearly doesn't have lead in it. All right, folks. So
So one last thing. That was a very interesting thing he said too. Is that afterwards, most of the guys will like donate the fish to like food bank type shit, and these two guys are the only ones who never donate their fish. Like everybody was on to these guys.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't. This is like.
their fish were on so many steroids they had eyebrows.
Yeah, it's like these guys. It's like such, almost like a poetic thing where it's like you have these guys and there's something up, there's something up, and then they're caught beyond red-handed.
The smoking gun.
Literally, yeah. It's just like it's fucking.
I look forward to this interview being parceled into a Netflix doc.
This us being on there.
Yeah.
It's like this is when it turns into some fucking Joe Exotic shit, and Bobby does something to these fucking dudes. And it's like it's in the first time he publicly admitted he wanted to.
yeah.
Billy said, "What did I say?"
Bobby. But you probably should have said Bobby with what you're about to say.
I don't know. That's all. This was a very fun time. I'm really thankful that these guys took the time.
I love it whenever you talk to people not from California, they always figure out how to start a sentence with "you out there in California."
Yeah,
I got that. It sounds like my dad.
Yeah, that was funny, dude. These guys, great dudes, very appreciative of their time.
Glad they got the championship title they deserve.
Yeah, Steve Hendricks, Team of the Year.
Yeah, good for them. Yeah, so enjoy the interview, folks. And we're just gonna go ahead and roll into the pre-recorded interview with the fucking singing bass.
with the folks.
Do you have maybe a light?
Yeah, this is,
What are you in the witness protection program? You have to lower your voice.
Distort your voice.
I first found the weights.
Yeah, there we go. We got it. Yes. Hell yeah.
Oh,
There he is. The full reveal. Awesome. Thank you guys so much, man. Are you good? Everything on our end is set, yeah?
Yeah, we're recording. We're recording everywhere. We're recording on 2 cameras, recording on OBS, recording on Zoom, and we're recording on the Rodecaster Pro. There's a lot of idiot-proof stuff going on here.
That's what you have to do. We're all stupid over here, so we have to record it 5 ways so we don't lose 4 of them.
Yeah,
cool.
I also brought in a court artist to do drawings of it, just in case we lose everything.
Awesome. Sweet. Guys, thank you so much, truly, for coming on. Really appreciate you guys. I imagine, the interview requests are coming in. The way I was thinking about it is I read an article, a pretty detailed article on NPR about the whole situation. So I feel like if fishing news is hitting NPR, then it's getting pretty hardcore out there.
Yeah, it definitely is. Billy is right in there ready to whoop on these guys.
Let me start with this real quick. Would you drop all charges if you were allowed to just beat their asses?
If you think about it, I'd probably be a millionaire right now if somebody started a GoFundMe to get me out of jail after something.
Yeah, man, we'll intro this so people.
Yeah, we should start here. Can you guys just introduce yourself and what your role is in the angler world?
Bill Dudas, just a regular average Joe fisherman, fishes the Lou tournament, fishes the brawls and the derbies. Just love being on the water with my fellow friends and fishermen.
Gotcha. And so we're all 3 of you guys were in the tournament, yes?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And is this a labor of love, or is this your only way of income? Is this what, or do you have day jobs?
Yeah, we all work.
You all work. Oh, okay. So I could see why. So my first question is, are all fishermen liars, or do only liars fish? Is a quote I once heard. And so, and it's so funny that a sport that is just, fishing and golf are 2 sports that are known to have the least amount of integrity, I feel like, amongst the average participant. So was this really as shocking as everybody is acting?
It's been a long time coming. We've known these guys have been cheaters. It's just they had a way of passing these lie detector tests, and they've weighed in dead fish. Fish that have been frozen. And you catch a money fish, you catch a 12.5 pounder, you're getting to the scales as soon as you can, getting it on there. Like examples this spring, me and my buddy, we caught a 12.5 pounder. We won the spring derby. We caught fish for an hour. We drove around. We put the boat on the trailer, drove to the weigh station, weighed in the fish, put it back into live well, drove to the lake, and was able to release this fish alive. For these guys to go and weigh in dead fish in tournaments and stuff, it should have never happened.
Yeah, is that something that's I guess kind of a no-no and a thing? Because that's what I noticed too first, is that the fish were already just completely still whenever you cut them open. So usually are you wanting to have your fish whenever you're weighing them in still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the springtime. Sometimes they die in the summer because the water's so hot and you can't keep them alive. But there's a big difference between a fish that's been laying around for 2 days or a day in a cooler on something than a fish, In the springtime, like what Billy's talking about, there should be no problem keeping those fish alive. They should be just like you pulled them out of the lake. We've done the same thing. Run them around all day, run them 40 miles across the lake, and then you can release them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, what these guys did, I just watched the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, it's kind of similar.
And it's kind of sick if you really break down what they did. First of all, I'm pretty sure I read that the anglers that they filleted and filled with weights were an illegal size of a walleye to even kill. And then they shoved, and then they made it into a cannibal. They took a walleye, put a lead, weighted it, and then shoved it in another walleye's mouth.
Yeah.
And when you really break it down, it's kind of psychotic.
Yeah, these
like
I mean, cheating is fucked up, but these guys are also sick fucks.
I imagine somebody should get a shovel and start digging around their backyard because there might be some bodies. It's psychotic.
So,
and we talked about this. There definitely had to been some testing going on before they pulled this one during the tournament.
Yeah, dude, it's their house has got to be a fucking fish graveyard.
First time doing it, obviously.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
So then,
they got pretty damn good at it.
what? Because you said
Pretty
because
ballsy to turn the championship in front of everybody when all the lights are on you and everything, and yeah, they just and thing is they have like no remorse over anything. It's like they finally got caught.
yeah, I mean the guy
Good day.
when they were cutting all the fish open, the guy, I'm not sure which one of the guys it was that was standing there, he had the look on his face like whenever you see like a courtroom, like a judge reading a guilty verdict. He just had this straight look on his face of complete blankness. It was kind of spooky, honestly.
It was like a tomato. a ripe getting redder and redder.
So you guys are saying that
Yeah.
I heard quite a few people in the video. Obviously, the people yelling out, and then what you said too is a long time coming. How long have you known these guys, and how long and what? I guess what started the suspicion that led up to this? Besides, I know that they talked about how they failed a polygraph test too, which also I think was big news to everybody that's outside of, I guess, the angling community, the lie detector test and all of that stuff. What started these guys, like, I guess, what grew the suspicion around these guys other than them winning so much, I guess?
Well, I know I can tell you I've fished with them for a 3 years now. And first of all, you don't win them all. Second of all, you don't fail one polygraph, pass one. You never see the guys, everybody's seeing shit. They've gotten kicked out of stuff in different states, just on and on. And fish that look like they've been laying out in the parking lot for 3 days that are rolling around in their fucking live wells. I mean, come on. It's true.
Yeah, somebody found a Kroger package with the weight on it.
Either after a tournament, like everybody gives their fish, they give it to the hunger centers or whatever they do with their fish. They've never once have donated their fish ever, and like 98% of the guys, they don't want to go home after a tournament, play the fish. You got 5 fish. You just donate them. They've never donated their fish ever.
Well, that makes
Right.
sense.
They always take them and scatter with them quick to get them hidden.
I'm curious. I'm Zach off screen here, but did they have any friends in the community? Like, was there anyone like that liked them?
Put it this way, not one team cheered when they were announced team of the year.
No, and also, I mean, Steve, congrats, team of the year. It's shitty that it had to come out this way, but congrats, that's awesome. So whenever
Thank you.
when you see these guys at a tournament, is it a cordial thing? Obviously before, is it a cordial thing? Like, oh, hey, how's it going? Where you guys been, what you been doing, or they kind of just in and out?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's cordial. It's more everybody they're just kind of there doing their thing, and everybody makes comments like, when they're up there, that's bullshit. You hear everybody grumbling when they, I'll tell you, as soon as this was done and over, the whole atmosphere changed as soon as those guys were caught and done. Don't you think, Billy?
Oh, it was like the camaraderie around all the fishermen. I mean, like, it was like a mob scene. It was like they finally got caught. Everybody was just like, I think all your emotions came out, the anger, the excitement, we finally got these guys. It was like, it's about time that they got caught. I mean, now we're all playing on an even playing field, I mean, they've stolen so much money from everybody that puts in so much time and, taking off work and away from their families, and you're on that lake doing what you love, and they stole all that from everybody. And it's like, it came to a crashing halt right there, and it was great to witness.
Yep.
I agree that he stole a lot of money, but let's not pretend that time away from family isn't kind of nice. I know it beefs up your case.
That's pretty good.
So, also, you
got a point there.
because this is especially, this is people that have like, especially on like TikTok and all that stuff, this is a huge thing. Like it is literally everywhere. Like where you're seeing. Did you expect this to be, I guess, turn into more of a viral thing, or in the first thing, or were you more like, we got these sons of bitches basically, and then now it's like everybody. Like I posted it on Instagram that just that we were going to be talking to you guys the other day, and so many people that you would never. Definitely have no idea. I mean, we live in LA. We're both stand-up comedians. Like a bunch of comedians out here, it's like no idea anything about fishing, and they're all the way bought in on this story and like know all the details of it. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
It is, man. I figured it would get a lot of local tension around the tournament community and around the lakes and stuff, but I honestly didn't think it would turn into, I mean, nationwide and 150 phone calls all day. And, everybody wants to hear about it.
No, I really appreciate you guys coming on, getting back to us in the first place. When you were talking about how it kind of turned into a mob scene, I almost want to commend Jason, because I don't know if I've ever seen someone go from 0 to 100 back to 0 so quickly. Because when he hits the
umpire move.
Oh my God! When he hit the "we got weights and fish" and the immediate uproar, and then you're fucking out of here. It's just like he struck the guy out. He's like, you're fucking done. And then immediately he's like, everybody. And you hear people, we're going to kick his ass. Somebody yells the Karate Kid quote, I think. Somebody yells somebody yells the Karate Kid quote, get him a body bag. Like, it was the one guy. I couldn't quite read his last name on the jersey. It was something Bach or something. The guy who had, it made me laugh so hard because as soon as he has the ice chest over his shoulder, and as soon as he yells, "We got weights and fish," he adjusts the ice chest in such a way that's like, if you see a fisherman adjust his ice chest in this way, fucking nothing good is coming after that.
Yeah, he was ready to go.
Oh man! And then Jason immediately is like, "You motherfuckers, you got!" And then immediately he goes, "You know what?" It turns into like a Zen Buddhist moment. He's like, "I don't want anyone to hurt these gentlemen. I want these guys to leave here under their own free will."
Yeah,
man, it was killing me.
Yeah, that's a scary group of people. Everybody, every single one of you know how to fillet.
Yeah, you all have knives. You all got hooks. You could have strung these guys up like someone on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Do you think slightly, though, in a way, even though it's terrible and they stole a lot of money, in a way, like the exposure is good for the sport, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, I actually think it might help because, it's definitely an eye opener, and this shit's going on all over the country. Mm-hmm. And, it's just like football. It's like basketball, golf, or whatever it is. There's always some way to try to get an upper hand, and you always get a select few that's doing it. But, I mean, maybe now you're going to have some serious freaking balls to come up here and stuff some lead weight and some fish for the next couple years.
Yeah, I think you would. You would have to have the same kind of balls that they found in that fish. If not,
Billy's going to fucking jump off the stage on his head.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, I feel for the directors of these tournaments and everything. I mean, the shit that they got to go through. And, I mean, I'm glad Jason finally actually cut open the fish. I mean, the lie detector just wasn't doing it when every angler knew that these fish just weren't weighing what the scales were saying. And, I mean, it's finally like, let's cut the fucking fish.
Yeah.
And there they were right there.
Would you say...
They had 12-ounce weight, filleted fish, and it was just mind-boggling.
Would you say they got away with it for so long because there's a little bit of a gentlemanness to the sport, and that's why they've waited so long to cut open a fish?
You don't want to call somebody out if you're not kind of 100% sure, I guess, maybe.
I think that's a lot of it, and I think that, like there's different times of the year you're going to have different weights, and you're going to, like in the spring, you're going to catch bigger fish. They're going to have bigger bellies. They're spawning or whatever. Maybe if they're sticking 5 pounds over 5 fish, a pound and a quarter in each one. I mean, shit, you wouldn't probably catch it, but when you take a 4-pound fish and turn it into an 8-pound fish, and then take a 20-pound bag and make it weigh 35, you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, they kind of went a little far with it. Obviously they went a little far with it, but some of the...
Every tournament, it made the same amount, too. Every tournament was 35 pounds they were weighing. It's like,
idiots.
You catch 35 pounds. You never not find them like they always had 30-some pounds. You just, they're going to have 35 fucking pounds. And here they were every tournament.
Yeah, well, that's why they didn't donate the fish, Billy, because they had to reuse the weights. For the next one.
That's a question, too. Who?
The knives. I mean, were there pliers in there too?
Oh yeah, there was pliers. They put pliers down there. These guys are sadistic motherfuckers, dude. It's like
they should have been like, this goddamn thing ate my pliers.
Yeah, see, that's what I would have said. I would have.
I've been looking for those.
Oh, man.
My first thought is I couldn't believe how silent he was. I would have just been lying. I would have been like, I figured out a new way to fish, and you use lead as a bait. And then I figured it out. I finally cracked the code after a million years of fishing. I figured it out. I'm the fucking man. I would have just lied my ass off and sprinted out of the parking lot.
The other midget ran to the car and locked himself in the truck.
Yeah. I did notice it was just the one guy. His buddy got the fuck out of there.
He was in the fetal position in his truck. Fucking. And then even a couple of competitive anglers, they asked him, you should be ashamed of yourself. Why'd you do this? And he threw his partner right under the bus. He said, I didn't do anything. That was my partner.
Yeah, see, dude.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah, I mean,
he's a scumbag.
Any chance they have to not have integrity, they take.
Well, he's never grown up. He's always cheated, stole. I mean, it's amazing that he's even been allowed to fish in these tournaments for this long.
I have a question because I watched a lot of videos about this, and granted, this information is coming from a YouTube comment, so I'm sure it's probably not true. But I read on a YouTube comment that one of the cheaters has also had a hunting license revoked for poaching. Is that something you guys know anything about?
Yeah, he has hunting violations. Absolutely. He's got in trouble with DNR for shit he's done with hunting. Probably shot a fucking $200,000 deer in a fucking pen or something. Yeah. I guess.
If they go cut that open, they're going to find a bunch of Slim Jim inside.
Oh, Billy says it was 75,000, so I was close.
God damn.
And fucking stud deers and went to his yard one day and the deer was dead and the head was cut off.
Really?
Who, lost their license over some shit like that.
Wait, you kind of broke up.
So you guys in California. Hey, you guys in California don't get to see shit like this, do you?
No, usually it's only people's heads getting cut off. Wait, but Billy, can you?
I don't know if it's a fact. I'm just going by hearsay here, though.
I understand it's hearsay, but can you say it one more time because you were breaking up when you explained that deer thing? Can you say it one more time? I missed half of it.
I said I was told that a guy had champion deer that he was raising. I guess the guy was offered up to like $75,000 for these deer. Oh. And then the deer was found in his yard dead with the head cut off. And somebody lost their hunting privileges for 50 years or whatever. And
wow, so
you can put two and two together.
So there's no chance that was a bear?
Yeah. No meat gone, no back straps gone, just the fucking head.
Jesus. He's got blood running down his wall.
Yeah.
Maybe the Godfather?
Yeah. God. And is it just these? Because it's the thing that I can compare it most to, just in my world, is when somebody is caught stealing jokes in stand-up comedy. There's the same kind of, like you're saying, the camaraderie where immediately people know around, this guy's a fucking joke thief, this guy's a piece of shit, he stole this and submitted it to whatever TV show in a writer's packet, like stealing jokes and doing that. And then when somebody is finally caught for doing something like that, there's the same camaraderie of like what you guys are saying. It's really fascinating. It's unbelievable, honestly. I
like this polygraph situation. Like, I think we should, first of all, before I go to this, who administers the polygraph? How do you, that's hilarious to me that you guys do that. It's honestly, it's a terrible idea. They're very, but there's gotta be a better system.
Idea.
It's goofy, but who does it?
Well, let's hear it. You know what? I'm curious. What do you guys, tell us what you think about the polygraph outside looking in. You catch the biggest fish, you're going to win a $150,000 boat. What do you guys think you should do to try to make sure it's legit? Somebody that's not part of the fishing all the time.
I think you should look somebody straight in the eye and say, "You swear to God."
No, I say you fillet the fish.
That's it. That's what I say. Cut them open.
Just cut it. Yeah.
That'll solve that problem right there.
But these guys are psychopath enough to pass a polygraph.
You can get a replica or something like that. I mean, you got $150,000. You're not worried about the fish, you know.
Yeah, cut the fish. Yeah, exactly.
Right. And I understand that you said in spring the water's warm, it's hard to keep them alive. But I mean, I think that should be the rule. If the fish is dead, you fillet it. If it's alive, obviously it's not full of lead.
I don't know, man. It's
Right.
yeah. You get a TSA scanner or something. I don't know. It's like
That's what I said. We're gonna have fucking X-ray machines and everything.
Yeah,
Slide them through. You'll be able to see in there and all that bullshit.
Because what's going to happen now?
You know, you got walleye fillets. They stuff fillets in there. There's weight there. There's so many variables now. You know, everybody says metal detectors.
Well, yeah.
Stop, like liquid or other stuff from being shoved down their throat.
I mean, you could save so much money.
Yeah, you got to cut them open.
Yeah, if the fucking thing's dead, cut it open. You don't need to buy an X-ray machine. That's too expensive. You already
Just cut them open.
you already bought a polygraph for no reason I can fucking explain. But I do want to see. It would be funny for other sports to incorporate this. Like I was telling off mic, I was saying I want to see Tom Brady hooked up to a polygraph and be like, "Dog, how can you put up 400 yards against the Chiefs at 60 years old? How are you doing this? There's no way that is natural."
Do you
Have any of you guys done the polygraph?
How they passed it 7 or 8 times. There's a flaw in the.
I'll tell you how they passed it. Years of lying.
Yeah, they're psychopaths.
That's a skill.
I think you're right, man. They believe their bullshit. I mean, that's what I've been reading up. A lot of guys, they're good at it. They can keep passing them probably. Being liars their whole life, right?
Yes.
They just believe themselves. Yeah.
I'm such an anxious bastard. I
Winners
would fail
win.
any
Winners
polygraph.
win.
Yeah, you hook me up, my pulse is going to go all over the place. You could be like, "What's your name?" I'll tell you my real name, Brian Vokey, and it would go all over the place because I'm just a nervous ninny. So I would fail every polygraph you ever put me on.
do you know what happened after the fact? Or actually, never mind. It probably all got turned over into evidence. I was going to say, for those weights, it seems like if I would have grabbed one of those weights and tried to sell it like it was a Aaron Judge or Albert Pujols home run ball.
Yeah. You have.
I'd be like, yeah, these are the pliers that these sick fucks shove down the throat.
Here, do you really expect criminal charges? Because like when I think about other sports where PEDs, like a boxer's, there was a boxer today who pissed hot, and his fight had to get canceled, Conor Benn, and you never see criminal charges. Besides, I know Barry Bonds, the Balco case, but beyond that, you never see like other athletes who take PEDs themselves, and those are illegal drugs. Steroids are illegal, and they never get criminal charges. So do you expect that this to actually go to court and there to actually be something criminal, any kind of criminal charges happen for real?
I sure hope so. I want to see them never be able to fish ever again the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they should never be allowed to ever have a fishing license as long as they live. And then, I mean, there should be some fraud charges, some felony fraud. I mean, it's pretty serious, and it went nationwide. I mean, they can't just slap them on the wrist. They got to set an example.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on
They should get some max. They
CNN
should
talking
get the
about
max.
if you're on CNN talking about fishing, this is fucking hit the mainstream.
Yeah, and it's not like it's $5,000,
No, it's
I mean,
no.
this guy took, it's $300,000 or more. This in the last year and a half. I mean, a boat that's worth $150,000. That's a lot, man.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm assuming
lot.
there's a lot of leases on a lot of people's equipment. They're like that, the winnings help pay. I mean, I can't imagine everybody's just dropping $150,000 full on a boat. Like, I mean, the winnings must be like an important part to keep you going. And the fact that they're stealing all these winnings, I mean, yeah, that's maybe. Okay, what about this? What if they can only eat with food that has hooks in it for a year?
Yeah, there you go. It's just, I mean, it's the technique is funny because it's the same technique that like a tweaker uses at a recycling center. You put rocks or sand inside of cans and then you get more weight out of the thing. It's just, it's all just, man.
So, What are other ways people cheat besides lead weights? I was wondering, like, are there lures that are banned? Are there other ways to cheat?
You know, go ahead, Billy.
There's plenty of ways. I mean, you're not supposed to have no communication where you guys can talk on phones. You can have more rods than you're allowed to use. There's, you could add more lures and run 3 ways. And there's a million different ways to cheat, man. I mean, they got greedy is what happened. They got so greedy that they've been doing this for so long and getting away with it for so long that they thought they were invincible. They really did. They were so cocky and so arrogant that they got away with it, and they finally got caught, man.
Where are these guys from? Where are they from? Where do they fish out of? Like, where are they based?
Pennsylvania.
Sons of
Figured.
bitches.
No, I'm just
Sons of bitches.
Those Pennsylvania sons of bitches. You know how they are.
Those Pennsylvania fishermen.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn them.
They should just join the Amish. That's where I would hide.
Yeah, I mean, where else are you going to go?
I would just become
There
Amish.
you go. I didn't think about that. They could disappear right in there.
Yeah, exactly. Grow some sideburns.
So you guys see these guys? Yeah, fit in, get on the buggy. Yeah, all you can fish with now is a stick and a string and a rock. But so you guys have seen these guys around for a while, because I'm just, as far as competitive fishing goes, it's not just the walleye specifically, is it? It's all kinds of different tournaments and different bass and whatever else.
We're just doing the walleye trail, but there's many other. Bass fishing's really big, all over. And this trail here, this tournament trail is strictly walleye fishing.
That's the bass one is the MILF tour, right?
It's MLF.
Yep, it is.
Do you guys do the MILF tours?
Not no more.
No.
Used to.
You settled down? What's the biggest, what's the granddaddy tour? Is it the Major League Fishing?
Major League Fishing, and for bass fishing, it's Bassmaster Elite.
Oh,
FLW.
yeah. I grew up watching
and then
that.
In the walleye world, it'd be National Walleye Tour and Masters and that kind of the Cabela stuff.
Man, that's so cool.
Yeah, it rocks.
Yeah.
Has anybody talked to these guys, or other than, I guess, law enforcement? But you said before they don't really have many, I guess, friends or really even acquaintances. It's them. They're kind of. Has anybody reached out to them, or are they? Because they're not. Maybe eventually they're going to be in one of the news interviews, like whoever. Whenever you get in trouble and they sit you down, and who's the lady that does it? Grace Kelly or somebody like that.
Yeah.
That sits you down in a room with the 2 chairs and you get to finally tell your side of the story. Or do you think they're just going to disappear, or do you think they're going to go on some kind of apology tour?
I think they're going to disappear around here. Yeah. I don't think they're going to show up anywhere around here, but nobody's heard from them. It would be wise on their part to disappear. I can tell you that.
Yeah, they're about to be Jimmy Hoffa's roommate. Pretty sure he was up in Michigan, right?
Yeah. Fucking Billy's going to track him down.
Yeah, that's why he's on the road right now. He's in the truck looking for him.
I'm surprised. I mean, they got to be like, I don't know, man. You would think like on Suicide Watch. I mean, they're just known as cheaters and scum, and I mean, went nationwide. I mean, I don't even feel bad for them. I mean, they brought this upon themselves. They've done this. I mean, they got cocky, they got arrogant, they got caught. I mean, whatever charges, and I mean, punish them to the max. That's all I gotta say.
Like you would like to see them in like actual prison, right? What a horrible. Like, if you're in a prison and your bunkmate, they're like, "What are you in for?" And you're like, "I shoved some weights down a fish's throat."
With lead. Yeah, that's pretty good, Bill.
Yeah.
They'll be stuffed with lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're even.
Your little ass.
They will be filleted. I promise you that.
Well, even if your roommate in jail is a murderer, they'd be like, "Damn, you are one sick bastard. You did it with the fish. Oh, geez, what'd you do with the fish?"
Yeah.
Where? So
back door.
So
Then they get out the pliers.
oh yeah. Where? So whenever this because the parking lot is where it all went down. Where were you? You guys were all around there, but as far as I guess proximity to the stage where the famous quote was, man, that quote, "We got weights and fish" is going to go up there with "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." You know, that's going to go up there as far as quotes like that go.
Or Pete, the bowler. Remember?
Oh, the beat. Yeah.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah.
Where were you guys in proximity to the stage? And do you remember what? Because I feel like whenever the first "We Got Weights and Fish" came out, everyone else that started yelling out, it was just natural. It just came out, and there was no time to think about these guys or anything like that. Do you remember what? Were you guys doing any yelling out there over the crowd in the mob?
Oh yeah, I was standing right, like literally 2 feet away when that happened, and I know Billy got a little action in there.
Oh, yeah, I'm all over the videos. And I'm like, "You cheating motherfucker!" You hear me plain as day in the videos. Yeah. And so many people call me like, "I didn't even see you. I heard you."
There was one guy who had the camera who was very calm, who he kind of turned into one of those guys that like almost like a Chris Hansen type guy that catches creepy people online, and he has the camera right in his face, and he's very calm, and he's just like, "What do you have to say for yourself?" Like he's he's the calmest guy in the whole video, and he's in the whole scene, and he has the closest up shot right in that guy's face.
Yeah, you would imagine if this was a few years, if this was like 100 years ago, they would have been burned at the stake.
Oh my God!
There was definitely a village mob type of energy there. Now, Billy, I'm guessing from all these jokes, you got a little bit of a hair trigger of a temper. Have you been rubbling on the lakes? Have you rammed some boats?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he says.
I'll give them the business.
See, man.
So are there when we were talking about the other ways people cheat, running 3 lines and stuff, I imagine there isn't a way, like, would it disturb the water and disturb the fishing if you had like a referee boat going around? Like, is that possible? Like some kind of umpire who goes around and checks on each person who's fishing, or?
Yeah, they actually had a cameraman on their boat for a tournament out of Geneva a few weeks ago where they won that tournament. They had the cameraman on the boat, and then the tournament director called them to get the cameraman off, and they didn't let the cameraman off. I haven't seen the footage of that day fishing, so I don't know like the size of the fish they were catching on video. But who's to say once the cameraman gets off, and they grab the fish out of the live well that they ain't shoving, stinkers up their ass or down their throat or whatever they do. I don't know how they do it, but I mean, they could have did it then. They could have caught the fish legit. The thing is, they're probably good fishermen. They didn't need to do this shit. I mean, they just got so greedy. It's plain and simple. It's like nobody's that good to win every fucking tournament.
Yeah, because even with the weight stuffed in, or the pliers, or the fucking newspaper, whatever they had in there, it seemed. This is kind of a conflicting thing I've read online. I've heard a few different sides of it. That's not all the full information. It seems like, would they have won without the weights, or would it have just been close?
They wouldn't have won the tournament, but they would have won Team of the Year.
Yeah,
they would have got Team of the Year without the weights.
Jesus Christ!
What's that? Is there a cash prize to being Team of the Year?
I mean, it's $10,000, and you get that, and there was another flat five. You might get $15,000-$17,000 extra dollars or something.
Actually, you might.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Steve dollar stacks over here.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
That'll buy you 1/10 of a boat.
But they wanted to win everything, They wanted to get all of it, so they wanted to make sure of that.
Yeah, they had the big fish. They had the first place. They had the team. They wanted it all. That's how greedy they were.
So you're
like you guys said, if they didn't do all that, I mean, they didn't even. I mean, who knows what they did throughout the whole year? I can only freaking imagine after seeing what we saw there. But there's no doubt they probably didn't even catch those fish on Friday.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. They probably caught them 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah, at least a day or so ago.
You're gonna go to their house and they're gonna have a big fucking fish tank with just biggest walleyes you've ever seen, just swimming around that thing, just
They're throwing 'em.
reaching in. Yeah, they're just.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Man, I hope more stuff comes out about their operation, and it just. I mean, a lot of people online think they're gonna try. I mean, so many people, especially on TikTok, are saying, you know, this is a perfect Netflix show and whatever else. So who knows, man?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You guys might be reality TV stars.
Yeah.
And if you need any writers, I'm available.
Yeah, but I don't even know if I can make up something as good as putting pliers in a fish. That's just
Yeah.
This is a question.
How you do that?
Yeah, I mean, this is a question I had put out to some of the listeners, and someone emailed in that was curious about just, I guess, professional fishing in general, and whether or not there's groupies out there on the lake or nearby. Like, are there?
They probably call them groupers.
Groupers, yeah. Are there boat bunnies or anything like that? Because even we talked to a guy who does Iditarod dog racing, and he said out there, even on the not right on the trail in negative a million whatever weather, but he said there's in the towns that you pass through, there's just whatever. What did he say? Sled.
Were you gonna say sled sluts?
I was not gonna say sled sluts. That was the first thing that came to my mind. I can't remember what he said, but something that are there chicks around that are, I guess, whatever you would like groupies to the fishing tours?
Not really, I don't think. I haven't seen any. Have you, Bill?
No, not at all.
They're all on the islands. Put-in Bay, Kelly's Island. That's where you got to drive the boat and find them.
Yeah. I mean, usually where you
Happily married over here.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who's behind the wheel of something that costs $150,000 is bound to be a lady here or there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Billy, you're kind of you seem like just based on all of this, it does seem like you're on the road looking for these guys right now. You're like a mysterious bounty hunter kind of character right now.
No, I'm over it now, man. I'm just glad they got caught.
Yeah.
What's the next season?
I'm ready to go win this derby though in the fall. That's what I want to go
Fuck
do.
yeah.
If this is the end of if you got team of the year already, when does the next season start?
I think next March, and then we've got the two brawl derbies, the fall brawl derbies for the big fish thing. But next March would be the next circuit start.
What's a derby mean? I know what it means in horse racing. What's it mean for?
Oh, it's just for the biggest fish for 2 months. Wins a boat.
Oh, sick.
Or two.
Two boats and two derbies.
Are you out?
Like over $250,000 in boats for a $35 entry fee in each tournament.
Yeah.
You guys got
with one fish.
Seems like the prize is always a boat. How many? It seems like you guys got a lot of boats on deck.
Last year, but they got DQ'd in one and won. But the dead fish that weighed, it's ridiculous that they even got one of them.
Were they were DQ'd for failing?
That was the derby. That was the derby we were talking about earlier. That they won last year and got that boat. You catch the one big fish, weigh it for both derbies. So they failed. That was where they failed the one polygraph and they passed the other one. So they got one of the two boats.
Gotcha.
I never got an answer. Who does the polygraph? Do you bring them down to the station?
The tournament director hires the people that do the polygraph. I don't know who they are.
So they just
Supposed to be a reputable company, or person. I don't know.
They just either do Maury Povich or fishing tournaments. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like the polygraph. If a person runs a polygraph company, they're probably doing that. They're on the side looking for ghosts and whatever else and spirits, and they got all kinds of wacky stuff going on.
They're a notary for sure.
Notary, definitely. Absolutely.
Well, you got anything else, or
how many? It seems like the prize a lot of times is a boat. So do you guys? Are people? You're selling boats, or do you guys just got a car lot place with
rentals?
You rent them? Anything? I'm curious because a lot of the prizes seem like it's a boat. I feel like after you have so many boats, what are you going to do with them?
No, you just sell them.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured.
You just get them and keep them or sell them or whatever you want to do.
Do you got to
maybe the guy that wins don't have a boat or something?
Yeah. Do you got to pay the taxes on a
bigger
boat,
boat or
like
nicer
when you win a
boat.
car on the Price is Right?
Yep.
Damn. That's how
And then
they
they'll
get
have
you.
cash prizes too for like second, third, fourth. Starts at like 80 grand, 60 grand, 40 grand. It's a
Awesome.
lot of fun.
This is great. You got anything else? Big Zach, anything coming through?
Have you guys done the polygraph? Any interesting stories from doing it yourselves? Do they ever throw in joke questions or
We all
anything?
passed.
You all passed? Hell yeah.
I guess so did they.
Yeah.
God damn. Well, man, I appreciate you guys very much, truly, for taking the time. I know, a million people hitting you up. I really appreciate you getting back to me.
Yep, no problem, man. It was fun. Thanks for having us on.
No problem.
Yeah,
that's good.
appreciate it. Billy, you take a deep breath next time.
We lost Billy. He got upset and hung up the phone. I think you might have found him.
Yeah, I saw the sons of bitches. Yeah.
He's beating somebody's ass for not using a blinker.
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
All right, y'all
thanks,
take
guys.
care, and I appreciate you talking.